So I just got back from seeing the new Neon horror movie Together, and man, Neon has just been killing it this year with original horror movies. So this is a movie that I've been wanting to check out ever since I saw the trailer, and I think it was shown at like South by Southwest, the film festival, and I heard great things about it. This movie is directed by Michael Shanks. This is the only movie of his that I know of. Together is a visceral blend of body horror and relationship drama, as real-life celebrity couple Dave Franco and Alison Brie star as Tim and Millie, a long-term couple who relocate to the countryside in hopes of rekindling their strained relationship. But after a freak accident in a cave, they begin to experience grotesque, like physical fusions, triggered by emotional and sexual tension. This movie explores codependency, as the physical fusions are like a metaphor for their emotional entanglement and like toxic attachment to each other. As their bodies like try to merge, we see that the boundaries between self and partner blur, which is a common thing in relationships where you kind of like question whether are you doing this for me or are you doing it for them, and like trying to find that balance of being yourself or doing what your partner wants you to do, and like making those sacrifices, which I think was handled perfectly within this movie. We see Tim's hesitation to Millie's proposal and their struggle to stay together reflect deeper anxieties about long-term love. And then the horror elements mirror the psychological thoughts that couples have when trying to fix a relationship. How all this is portrayed in this movie is done really well. I even like teared up a little bit like by the end of the movie. Dave Franco and Alison Brie deliver raw performances that look physically demanding, that elevate the movie's emotional state. Dave Franco with his charming comedic timing. I've loved him ever since I've seen him in the Jump Street movies, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, the Neighbors movies. Dave Franco's and Alison Brie's like real life chemistry that adds authenticity to the tension and intimacy, and you just feel like how magnetic they are together, especially in scenes where they have to work together to try to solve what's going on. And then even when there's like tension between them, like you really feel it, you understand both sides of the relationship. And there's some like comedy thrown in here with it, which like their banter, which made me like laugh more than I thought it would within this movie. I did not expect that, but I loved every moment of it. I will say there's not a lot of people in this movie. It's easy to like put two and two together when watching this movie and be like, okay, this person's this person. Kind of like generic in that way, where it kind of follows like same formula of other movies that kind of have something like this going on. Michael Shanks in his feature debut crafts a tightly wound narrative with a wicked sense of humor and a flair for practical effects. His direction is almost like a mix of like David Cronenberg and like John Carpenter with like visual, and then the horror just never overshadows the relationship drama. The horror by the end of the day just amplifies it, which I really love. And the pacing gradually builds the dread, culminating in a surreal yet oddly tender finale where like kind of disturbing but also sweet. And yet Together is a bold genre defying exploration of love, loss, and the terrifying beauty of becoming one.